Well, the video started. I'm not a video editor, so I can give you a whole bunch of great stuff in here. No special effects, no news thing coming across. But I decided, I woke up this morning, the world's not real. It can't be. This has got to be fake, the entire thing. I can't stand it anymore. I'm old. Used to be a young little puppy. Life was fun back then. It's not fun anymore. Y'all's government made it not fun. The world's not fun. People's not fun. So I'm going to start my video chain of videos I'm going to put on there. Got rid of Facebook. It's a piece of crap. Got rid of it. Really, all it is people wanting to be liked. If you're on Facebook, you just want to be liked. And I don't care about being liked anymore. I got old. So, basically, I just got to the point where my children are being led by the government and they're spewing all this government. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, oh, blah, 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 blah. So you know what? I'm just going to talk all the time and fake videos, whether anybody wants to hear them or not. Whatever they turn out to be, I don't even know what it's going to be yet, but I'll post on the title, hey, this is what I talked about today. And we got started. Let's start with government. Chicken Littles. Your government is a bunch of Chicken Littles running up in the air going, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. It's all the shit they are. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cussing on here. Is what it is. Sometimes. Unless I'm talking about my yard, my garden. But yeah, the government, Democrats, Democrats, and let's get into the Democrat-Republican conundrum, okay? This was man-made. Okay? People are not Democrats and Republicans. They made you Democrats and Republicans. Seriously. They both have good sides and bad sides. I'm trying not to lose everybody because if I talk bad about a Republican agenda or bad about a bad Democrat, everybody will leave. And really, so, you know, there's good and bad. Democrats, the good part is, well, they used to care. They're losing their good parts, by the way. They're all going to the bad side. Don't ask me why. Look. They're going to the dark side. Don't ask me why. It's the stupid side. Seriously. If you enjoy the dark side, you're an ignorant, piece of whatever we want to call you. You're ignorant. There is no future in destructivity. None. You're not building anything. You're an idiot. I can't build the sandcastle, so I'll destroy them. That's what it is. That's what the dark side is. It's I can't do those, so I'm just going to throw a tantrum. Your government's headed towards that side because they're ignorant. I need a bleep machine. I do need a bleep machine. Bleep! But really, they're a bunch of Chicken Littles now running up and around in the air. Coronavirus. Let's talk about the one thing Facebook. Gotta quit saying that. One thing YouTube, Facebook, all the social media, we call it social media, doesn't want you to talk about. My God, don't talk about that. You can't. Population, you can't talk about that. We're the Chicken Littles. Don't do that. Oh, no, you said the government was chicken. No, the government, YouTube, that they're under the wing of the Chicken Littles. Trust me, they run around with the Chicken Littles. Oh, my God. Coronavirus. Let's do the coronavirus. Let's do the one thing that's supposed to be. Okay, is it real? Is it not real? Okay, let's go on both sides, okay? Because really, if you don't know, I like to think I'm a realist. I may not be, like I said, to me anymore. I woke up this morning, the world's not even real. None of it's real. But hey, if you want your unrealness, you want to see what I think about your unrealness, here it is. Coronavirus, let's look at it as if it's real. Let's look at both sides. Is it real? And is it not real? Let's look at both sides. What would happen if it was real, and what would happen if it's not real? Let's start if it's real. Okay. If it's real, I'm looking outside my window. Oh, it's the 1918 pandemic. It's killing you. I'm looking out my window going, There's no meat wagons going down the road with corpses. That ain't happening. Okay? I'm saying not even, 10% of my workforce died from it? It's not what the Chicken Littles are saying. If it's real, this is what it is. If it's real, okay? If it's real, it's two things. Like I said, I'm a realist. If it's real, it's two things. Either it's man-made or it's natural. Okay? Those two things. Those are your options if it's real, people. That's what you get. Natural, man-made. Let's go with natural. Sorry. Let's go with the first pick, natural. If it's natural, what is coronavirus? If it's natural, okay? If coronavirus is natural, it's a cold virus. It's a cold. And it has the characteristics of a bad case, a very severe case of pneumonia. Pneumonia is a lung disease that can kill you. So if coronavirus is real and it's natural, it's a cold virus. Here's the thing. Social media has you programmed. Immediately turn off my video because you don't want to hear it. The Chicken Littles have got you scared and running around with them. Why are you scared of a cold virus with a severe case of pneumonia? Why? Like I said, my workforce ain't dying. I look out the street. There's no meat wagons running down with the corpses. Houses aren't for sale because they're all empty. Families aren't dying everywhere, okay? It's bullshit. If it's real and if it's natural, it's just a cold virus with a severe case of pneumonia. Now, I just recently had a job and I've had lots of jobs. That doesn't mean I don't work. Don't go there. My in-laws tried that, okay? I worked harder than all of them, and they tried that fake crap of you don't work now. I just have I learned a lot of things. Recent job I had at a assisted living facility. If it's real, if it's a cold with severe case of pneumonia, yes. Okay? People should be wearing masks. They shouldn't be going. Why? Because a cold with severe case of pneumonia will do what? Kill old people. What are they telling you it does? Yes. Natural. Duh. Okay? But what you don't see about these Chicken Littles, it's not like they're stupid. I mean, they're stupid, but it's not like their stupidity doesn't affect you. What are they doing? They're writing laws, people, okay, about a cold with a severe case of pneumonia. What are those laws? That they can run around and put whatever chemical they come up with, whatever, no, if the good ones and the bad ones. Okay, because we know good people get in office if we're on that divide, and we know the bad people get in office. Whichever people get in office, that's what chemicals they're going to throw in your children's arm. Oh no, that won't happen. You're delusional if you think that won't happen. Really, seriously, because the Chicken Littles are writing laws saying, yeah, it will happen. These laws serve one purpose. Preserve stuff for your children and their children and their children. That's what the laws do. The laws don't straighten out society. They don't do that. The laws preserve. Okay? And the people with the pens, if this is a real natural case, okay, are running around over some bullshit, writing laws that affect your children. If you sit around and do nothing, okay, I have no respect for you. You are letting people's children be under an oppression written by people who don't give a shit. And that, in my book, is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Okay, you should be at least a little proactive. I'm not saying you got to go out and fight the government and pick up your guns and we'll get into guns at some time. Okay, I'm not going to get into them today. If it's real, it is a cold virus. Okay. When I grew up, when I was a child, we were all in the 70s. Late 60s, 70s. Entire 70s. Flower children and loving and life's great. Taught to care about people. Something social media doesn't teach you these days. It teaches you to be an asshole. I got rid of Facebook. Oh my God. Really, the social media is ruining this country, by the way. I'm going to go on a side for a minute. Social media is ruining this country. Why? Because when you look at somebody and we're face to face, we're talking on the street, you're going to talk differently to me than when I can't punch you. It's as simple as that. If you're sitting over there in your basement and you're doing this shit, okay, you're going to be saying shit because you know I can't punch you. And the thing is that people do this. I heard somewhere that they, on social media, as much as they sleep anymore. That's your attitude. That's your brain. You're training your brain to think like that. Okay? And social media is ruining people. I grew up, like I said, in the 60s, 70s, all this stuff where we cared. Social media is destroying that. Oh, well, yeah, but I like to share with my... Excuses. We have excuses on why we're doing stupid shit. Oh, yeah, but I like coronavirus. Oh, yeah, but some people that... Yeah, I worked in assisted living. Those people should be protected. But really? Okay. I live in a state. Now, I understand some states are worse than others. And I've studied the coronavirus, so okay? Your biggest problem with coronavirus is not the population, overpopulated. It's not that people aren't wearing masks. It's not... The biggest problem with coronavirus right now is that big cities pollute the air. That's the number one problem. You solve that, you solve coronavirus. Look at where all the people are dying from. Look at the air quality where they're dying at. Wuhan. Okay? New York, California. If you don't think California's got bad air, go to the American Lung Association website and look at the top 10 polluting cities. Okay? And it all makes sense when you look at the science. The air is bad, your lungs are bad, it attacks your lungs. Hey, you got a bigger risk of dying. The problem is the polluting city, because it's a natural cold. People, my grandmother grew up with this shit. My parents grew up with this shit. Their parents grew up with this shit. I grew up with this shit. Okay? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying we should, But what I'm saying is we're putting all our resources on this little tiny thing. Oh, it's not little. Yeah, it is. How many children die of starvation each year? Go look that up. Kids, not old people who are ready to go like me. Hey, coronavirus takes me. Hey, it takes me. I would rather have seen one child not starve to death and have given my life. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. Somehow. Social media will tell you I am. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'll get into that next video because really that label's so widespread it's not true. Only certain people are, okay? If I'm telling you reptilians are in government and I've really just gone off on a tangent by looking at stuff on the internet, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Okay? I think there's a big conspiracy and I'm a theorist. Okay? But if I'm telling you that the Rockefellers and the Bilderbergs and this are doing this and they're going to the meetings in G20, okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. That's not true. It is not. It is so not true. Okay? I'm telling you facts. There's no theory in that. Okay? We'll get into a video on that because that the Chicken Littles got scared, so they started telling everybody and their children who to look out for. It's you. Look out for them. Okay? Whether you think, don't think. They also told you what to think. Don't think. It may be harmful if you think. Somewhere I got mad at what they're doing to my children's future when I got old. I'm a young kid. I feel young. I feel like a little kid. I don't feel old. I look old. Beard. But I feel like I felt when I was 16. I feel the same. I don't know. But they're ruining my children, my grandchildren's future. Right now, they're ruining it. The politicians are ruining it. They're ruining your country. They're ruining your future. Okay? You got one side Okay, like I said, there's the good part. I'll talk about the good parts first. Democrats, okay, hey, they used to care, because any more used to is coming out, because when I was a kid, it was different. Democrats used to care for the poor guy, the poor people on the street. That used to be their big concern. That's how they got elected back then. They don't get elected that way no more. But back then, they cared about the poor people on the street. The Republicans knew how to run an economy. Okay? That's how it used to be. Really, seriously. The Democrats used to take care of the poor people on the street. Republicans used to know how to run an economy. Used to. Nowadays, the Democrats want to shove a needle in every child's arm, and the Republicans want to go overseas and kill somebody. That's the change that I've seen in my government since I was born, since I started to realize and look at it, and watched it through time change. And if you think I'm not concerned about my children, my children's future, and you want to call me a conspiracy theorist in names, you got another thing coming, you're ignorant. And I say this to a certain individual that seems to think along that line. I'm not ignorant, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm concerned about my children and my children's future. Because they are writing laws, people, and the laws make it so the future generations have to do it. That's what a law is. Why aren't they writing a law so future generations have to care for one another? Why don't they write laws so the poor can be taken care of, given good jobs, and actually enjoy working and building a future? Why don't they write laws where we're making peace and neighbors overseas and having a good time? Enjoying good food and good beer. Why aren't they writing laws like this? Okay, because you lost your government somewhere. Somewhere along the line, somehow your government changed. I'm not going to go into theory. Okay, because I don't need the name calling. Really. Like I said, one day I'll talk about some of this stuff, and we'll talk about what could be, what couldn't be, what's real, and what's not real, blah, blah, blah. The whole 9 yards. We're on coronavirus today, so I'll go back. Natural, okay? We looked at natural. If it's natural, like coronavirus is a type of cold virus with a severe case of pneumonia, okay? It kills a few people, yes. It always has. Ask my grandmother, she would tell you, if she was still alive. Yes, it's not fun, it's not pleasant, yes, it kills people. Okay? But the reality is, here now everybody wants to leave because they don't want to hear the truth. Oh, it's scary, it's not pleasant, it's not fun, and I don't get my way. That's what politics has come to. That's why it's messed up, really. Yeah, you can talk about, oh yeah, the Bilderberg, they're all leading. No. The reason the politics is so messed up anymore is because people want to use it like a weapon. I believe this, I'm going to push it on everybody. Make you do it. It's not, I'm going to make the world a better place, I'm going to make that happen anymore. It's, I'm going to make somebody do it even though they don't want to. And that is not freedom. You've lost freedom. You've totally lost freedom as soon as you want to do something to somebody else that they don't want to do. And you're going to use your government to do it. You've lost a free government. It's done. You're done. You don't believe in freedom. You don't believe in liberty. You're not an American. Get over it. Anyway, that's my rant today. We went through if coronavirus is real. If it's natural. And it's real. How many people die of smoking each year? Did you see all the government go up in flames and take cigarettes away and off the planet? No. How come? How many children die of starvation each year? Did you see all the governments get together and stop it even though they own the shipping companies, they own the food companies, they own all of that, the militaries, to go over to places that don't want their people fed to feed them anyway? No. They've been promising to do that since I was a child. It's fake. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. If you haven't done it by now, you ain't planning on it. Quit talking about it. You're talking out your ass. Okay. Coronavirus, if it's real, okay, how many people are starving? How many? The thing is, I'm looking at everybody walking around with a mask. Healthy people walking around in healthy areas without a mask. People losing their jobs. Okay? And some guy walking down the street with a cigarette in his mouth. Makes no fucking sense. None of coronavirus, yeah, I said it. Beep. The coronavirus makes no damn sense at all. Okay? None. That's the one thing about this damn thing that just kills me. None of it makes sense. And people, your politicians are running around not saying, let's look at the data, not telling the people in the higher up, give us this stuff or else. Okay? They have no balls anymore. Trust me. They've all been castrated. None of them have the balls to go, let's look at the data. What the hell's going on? And why aren't we feeding poor people, with starving children that actually die in this world every day on a continual basis? Why are we not feeding those? No. Instead, they're running around to the people who all want to jab a needle in somebody else's arm and catering to them. Okay, Bill Gates is not a doctor. I'm sorry, he's not. And I don't even agree with half of medicine anyway. Just saying. If you want an injection in your arm and in your children's arm, by God, you should be free to go do it. I'm not out there making laws saying you can't. But you shouldn't be pushing your will on somebody else because that is wrong. People, that is wrong. Sorry, it's the way it is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist. You want to talk about how it attacks the ACE2 receptors in your lungs and how it might be making you sterile? The men, that and the vaccine, because it does attack ACE2 and that's in some men's parts that you know. You want to talk about the science and all that? Anyway, it's my first video. I'm going to do some rants on things. Back in the riot times, I would have done one on riots. Thank God I didn't, because that's a mess. Anyway, that's it. CV. We're going to call coronavirus CV because, YouTube, the Chicken Littles don't want you to hear the truth. Don't hear the truth. You can be flooded with conspiracy and lies. We'll show you that the conspiracy lies are fake and wrong. But whatever you do, don't hear the truth. Because by God, you shouldn't be hearing that. All right, that's it for the video for now. Like I said, I'm going to do a whole string of these. Because I really, seriously, I had someone very close to me just come up and tell me things that weren't true. Called me all kinds of names, really trashed me. It affected me very deeply. Very, very deeply. They basically mimicked what social media has been telling them. And spouted it off like that's who they are. And I couldn't take it. It's like, that's not true. Believe it or not, I was watching a YouTube video on economics, the stock market, the unemployment rates, the numbers coming out. That's basically what it was. Different charts coming through on all the numbers, on all the economics. And they just started spouting shit on me. And it's like, you're so fucking ignorant. And I didn't do anything. Then they came back later because they were told to apologize and tried to apologize. Tried to get me to hit them so they could show they were right. And I just turned away. You're so damn ignorant. Sorry, it affected me very deeply. I've been like 3 days not moving, wanting to give it all up, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So this is my first video on YouTube, and a chain of videos I'll make a playlist for them. On the world, what's going on in the world, from a guy that hit 60, lived through the late 60s and 70s, and a time that was much better than today. Trust me, my children and my children's lives are messed up. And it's not going to get any better with this government and with these people in the government. Let's not confuse the government with the people in the government. Okay? It's not the government, it's the people in the government. Okay? They don't belong there. They're in the wrong job. Seriously. They need to be janitors. Doing something like that. Doing like what I did in assisted living, cleaning toilets. They need to be doing that. It would suit them very well. Well, no, it wouldn't. Not the way they treat people. I'd have to find a job for them somewhere. I don't believe in useless eaters or non-essentials. Let me put it that way. I don't believe in non-essential. Because to me, the people in government right now are useless eaters because they're in the wrong job. Not because they don't have a job, although a lot of them don't do anything but what they're told, which is not their job. Anyway, that's my video. I hope I didn't run out of time on the YouTube thing, and that's it.